Hello there ladies and gentlemen, I'm Paul tx141 Walsh, welcoming you to an all new Ace in the Day gameplay for the arcade mode of War Thunder. In today's episode we'll be once again featuring the Focke-Wulf 190 A-1, the German fighter aircraft coming at a tier of 2 and a battle rating of 3.7. Having already reviewed this aircraft, review available using the link in the top right corner of your screen as displayed now, why are we featuring the plane again? Well, it's not myself flying the plane today, but instead another player, and that is the important part. tc7 is flying the plane today, and tc7 to me personally is known as Mr. Walsh, i.e. my father. The day on which this video has gone up, i.e. the 7th of December, marks another birthday in his life, as well as the attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941, but Dad's a little bit younger than that. Regardless, he wanted to provide us all a little bit of gameplay to celebrate his birthday, and indeed, why not? He deserves it. And this is one of his favourite aircraft as well, i.e. the Focke-Wulf 190 A1. Now he decided as part of his recording just to get straight into the thick of it and not bother showing the setup, or even his plane gradually getting to altitude. So let's quickly go through his setup and then we'll get on with it. He's using universal belts for his 7.92mm machine guns, of which he has 4, 2 mounted in the nose, 2 in the inboard of the wings. He's using air target belts for his 20mm cannon, 1 to each wing in the outboard. With regards to gun convergence, he's using a 400m gun convergence, and the most important question of them all, in terms of his fuel load, unlike myself, he does not want to get to the end of the game unscathed on fuel capacity, this time only taking 20 minutes, but he assures me that he typically takes 30 minutes. So with that, let's take a look. We're coming in hot on the ground strike map Green Ridge. At approximately 4,000 metres altitude right now, we're on the 6th of a Messerschmitt 110C4 and TC's getting ready to open fire. Just above his convergence, and we can see how lethal the Focke-Wulf 190 A1 is at its convergence, tearing apart that Messerschmitt 110 for his first kill. But no time to celebrate, there's a medium bomb ahead, a Focke-Wulf 200 C1 Condor, and TC once again is going to use the lethality of his 20mm cannon and those 7.92mm machine guns to set the Condor on fire in at least 2 locations and cause it to burn to death soon after. 2 kills in the bag already in a very short period of time. He's gone for a reload on his 20mm cannon and is making his way towards the Junkers 87D5. He's catching it fast, but as we can see, the Junkers 87D5 pilot has gone from harassing TC's friendly bombers to now realising that TC's hot on his 6 and is diving away. TC's going to pursue for a short period of time, but he knows that Junkers 87 is trying to get back to friendly territory by diving at such a rate. The D5 is locking up in terms of its aileron controllability, but we're going to lose too much altitude before we can hit the target sufficiently, and we're going to be baited down into the clutches of at least a Ki-61 and also an enemy Firefly. So TC takes the safer option at this point and stays high, because as he looks around, he's going to point out to us that there's a large number of enemy bombers on the enemy team. It really seems as though the enemy team decided to prioritise bombing and lack any escorts for their bombers, so TC is going to have to make a mess of them. He comes around then and notices an SB2M at close range, i.e. 5 kilometres and quickly closing, thanks to the fact the SB2M seems to be coming around from a previous pass. TC puts the nose down slightly to build up a little bit more speed before starting to ascend towards the target shortly, and he'll make short work of it on that light bomber in particular. Closing in at this point, he gets ready to open fire, and here he goes, ripping it apart by killing its pilot for kill number 3. Rolling as he does as well to celebrate, but no time for celebration, sir. You got to get into the fight. There's even more bombers to take down. Nose down once again, he wants to build up as much speed as possible because he has the altitude to do so in order to attack the next SB2M. With its 3 500kg bombs, that thing's a problem. But we can see as well the SB2M is being escorted by a Junkers 87D5, or at least we will find out it's a D5 very shortly. And TC's already guessing it will be a D5 by the fact the Junkers 87 pilot is very confident in lofting around up high in the sky and tries to come for a head-on. But TC doesn't want any of that, so he just breaks out to the side and above it, whereby the D5 doesn't have the controllability to snap onto the target as easily, and TC decides, right, I'll use this chance to go for the SB2M, as the D5 can't possibly catch him. He opens fire once again at approximately 450 metres, cutting apart the SB2M by setting its right-hand wing on fire, and very quickly that bomber's going to burn to death. Now we'll hear the faint humming of a Junkers Jumo engine in the background, and that'll be the Junkers 87D5 trying to follow TC by following him in a spiral climb. But, as we look back now, with TC celebrating a 4th kill, the Junkers 87's not been able to get close enough yet, only now starting to come around, but extreme range as well. Whereby, the Junkers 87 may be able to hit with at least its 2 20mm MG151 cannon, but as the range increases, the Junkers 87's falling behind very quickly due to the difference in speed and performance of the 2 aircraft, and TC decides to go for a reload. He wants that Junkers A-1 kill to make his ace, and he's just going to go for it because the game's coming to its end and even he alone cannot bring down all the bombers himself. So he's going to make a point of this one, the dive bomber. They go head to head at this point. He opens fire at a kilometre, the Junkers A-7 returns the favourite 800 metres, but TC comes through with his ace. It looks as though the Junkers A-7 had their convergence set a little bit tighter compared to TC's own, being set to approximately 300 or 250 metres, meaning that TC had the cleaner shot on target as the two planes closed together. Fortunate, and the fuselage of the Focke-Wulf 190 A-1 also held up, being noted for its rather durable airframe. With that and cutting his speed, we can see that despite his efforts, the ground units on his team are falling apart, and he considers going for a BB-238 at this point, i.e. the newly arrived German flying boat. But unfortunately there's not enough time as the ground units fade away and the game ends. Time to take a look at the post-game stats. Well, that was some ferocious flying there, father, and happy birthday to you, as your ace scored you 12,970 silver lions and 1,422 research points. Hopefully, ladies and gentlemen, this has gone to show that the saying of like father, like son really does apply in the case of me and my dad, whereby we're both avid fans of the Focke-Wulf 190 airframe, and on top of that, we do love a spot of bomber hunting. But with that, I'm going to let the ace himself lead us out on this one.
Firstly, I'd like to thank Paul for putting this video together for me. Hopefully next time I'll remember to turn the recorder on at the beginning of the game. And a big thank you to all Paul's subscribers for watching my humble efforts. If you enjoyed the video, please be sure to leave a like, comment or subscribe for more War Thunder action. Until next time, take care all and good luck in the skies.